Today we're going to be graphing with matplotlib. This is a library that Python uses in order to graph things, and we're assuming that we have this main, and we have a data sheet of a bunch of data that we want to be graphing. Basically all I have here is just a big dictionary of animals and the amount of the animal. You only need to have like maybe 2 or 3 data points in order to show off a nice graph, but I'm just have a whole bunch just for example. In this main, I'm going to import this data by saying import data. And now we're going to go over all of these different functions that matplotlib has. So we're just going to import matplotlib.pyplot as plot. So now we can say plot, and that'll refer to this right here. So plot.bar, and all this does is it takes in data and it makes a bar graph. So let's go above here and let's make the data first. So we've got the animal names, and that's just going to equal all of these names here. So we have key value pairs. This is a dictionary. So we have lions, 12, tigers. So in order to actually access the names, we just say animal names equals data dot animal data, and then we just say dot keys, because all of the keys here would be all these names. And now we say animal amounts equals data dot animal data dot values. So all of the different values for every single key. And now we have to turn these into lists because that's what plot.bar does. So let's just say list of this and list of this too. Perfect. And now we can just put in our animal names as our X and animal amounts as our Y. And in order to show this, we can just say plot.show. Now this will be the test, so let's press F5 to run it, and it's going to show a different separate window with all of our figures here. And it looks a little bit jumbled up here because our names are really long for how many data sheets we have, but if you look, we have a whole bunch of different data points, and it looks like a good graph. So to fix this animal names problem, let's instead make it a new list, and we'll say shortened names, basically all of the first letters of each of these animal names. And there's a really easy way we can do this. We can say A0, so this will just take the first letter out of each of the names. For, so we're making a for loop, A in animal names. This is basically just a special way of writing for all of the animals in animal names. We're only taking out the first letter of it. And 0, of course, because it's an index, is going to mean the first letter, not the 0th letter. And let's just put all of these in square brackets so that Python knows we're trying to make a list here. And so instead of saying animal names, we'll just say shortened names. And of course, the autocomplete will be special. And now let's press F5. And we'll just have the first letter out of all of these. But some of the letters are actually the same for all of these, and so it'll actually show not quite the right amount. The first 2 letters, so 0 to 2. And now it actually shows all of them. It's still a little bit messed up, but that's just because we have so many animals, and there's nothing we can really do about that unless we just like zoom this out a bit. And now it'll look fairly okay. Now one thing we want to do is we want to have labels for our X and Y plane, and also to have a title. So let's just go down here and we'll say plot.xlabel. So this is just the label that'll be at the very bottom of it, and that'll just be animal names. And then we'll say plot.ylabel, and this will just be on the very side of it, just showing all the y-axis stuff, and these are just going to be the numbers of animals. So let's just say hashtag just to indicate that it's numbers. And now we want a title, and it'll be at the very top, so plot.title, and this will just be animals in the zoo. So let's press F5. Now we've got animals in the zoo, animal names, and numbers right here, and if I just zoom this out, perfect. And of course, maybe you want to have like less animals, and it just shows all of the name. So in that case, you can just not worry about this shortened names part and just have it display all of the data. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching.